Hello everyone, welcome to the next session for development of lateral surface. Today we are discussing for pyramid. Okay, let's discuss the common things. As per the SPPU syllabus, solids for the DLS are always placed on the HP. That means base will be always on HP. So you have to draw the base in a top view as per the given condition. Let's say in the question it is said that one of the base edge is perpendicular to VP. Then you must draw triangle in this way. This one is a perpendicular. Okay. Then square in this way. You can see this edge. This edge is perpendicular to VP. Pentagon in this way. So here you can see this edge is perpendicular to VP. Hexagon in this way, that means this edge is perpendicular to VP. If it is given that one of the base edge is parallel to VP, then make the base edge parallel. You can see here in all triangle, square, pentagon and hexagon, and that means you are supposed to draw the shapes in this manner. The next condition is two of the adjacent base edges are at equal angle to the VP. That means you are supposed to make the two adjacent angle at equal angle. You can see that these two adjacent edges are making an equal angle, and for triangle it is 60 degree, for square it is 45, for pentagon it is 72, and for hexagon it is 30 degree. So these are the very basic condition to draw the base based on the whatever is asked in the question. Okay, let's start with the numerical. So here in the question it is given that hexagonal pyramid is there of base side 30 mm and axis height is 60 mm placed on HP with one of the base edge perpendicular to VP. Okay, so here it is given that one of the base edge is perpendicular to VP, so you are supposed to draw your hexagon like this, because here you can see one of the base edge is perpendicular to VP, so you are supposed to draw like this, one of the base edge perpendicular to VP. Okay, then what is asked in the question? Draw the DLS of the pyramid when the cutting plane, and I have given the 4 different cutting planes. Okay, so before moving to the development, let's draw the first stage for the pyramid. So as we know here that for this hexagonal pyramid, this pyramid is placed on a HP. So you can see it is placed on HP. Okay, so in a top view hexagon will be visible. Okay, and as it is a pyramid, in a front view it will look like a triangle. So base is on HP, and by one of the base edge is perpendicular to VP. So let's draw first the XY line. Once you have drawn the XY line, take the radius of 30 mm in a compass and draw the circle so that we can draw the hexagon. As here we want one of the base edge to be perpendicular to VP, first draw the vertical diagonal or the diagonal which is perpendicular to VP. When the condition is perpendicular to VP, for hexagon draw the diagonal perpendicular to VP. Now keeping the same radius, that is 30 mm, take the center as one of the end point of your diagonal and mark the arc on both the side of the diagonal. Similarly, pick the other point as the center and mark the arc on the both side of the diagonal. Once you have got the points, join it to get the hexagon. Now here, as it is a pyramid, remember to join all these base corners to the center of the hexagon. Once the top view is done, take the projection toward the XY so that we can draw the front view. When we are taking the projection, we can see here this point and this point is on the same projection, this point and this point is on same projection, this point and this point is on same projection. Now in a question it is given that axis height is 60 mm. So we must draw the axis. So this is the center and here will be the axis. Make sure that the axis should be drawn as a chain line. Once you have drawn the axis, take the 60 mm distance in a compass so that we can mark the axis height from the XY line. So from XY line, okay, from XY line mark the axis height. Once you have marked the axis height, simply join these corners to the apex. So this is the apex. Now here the observer will be from this side. From here will be the observer. As observer is here, point from here or the slant height from this one, okay, that means this slant height will be in front of the observer and the slant height from this point, that means this one, is behind on the back side of the observer. Okay, so this slant height will not be visible, but this is visible and both are going to be coincide with each other. So the visible line will be shown over here. We can't show the hidden line because hidden line is behind this visible one. Do not forget to dark the base. Okay. So this is how our first stage for the pyramid will be. Now the naming is again important. The base is always given by the name alphabets. So A, let's say B, C, D, E, F, and apex is O. So this is O dash. Here you can see A and F. So this is A dash comma F dash. Here you can see B and E. So B dash, E dash. C and D. So D dash, C dash. Axis is again passing through apex. So this is O dash and the base of the axis is S dash. So here it is O and S. So in this manner we are supposed to give the names to the pyramid. Now the next thing is the development. Before going to the cutting plane, we must draw the development of the pyramid. For the pyramid, it is not a curved surface. So instead of looking like a sector, it will look like a sector with a chord. Okay. Now the sector, radius of the sector of any pyramid is always equal to the true slant edge. So we must have to find the true slant edge. In some cases this is already a true slant edge, but if it is not a true slant edge, you have to find a true slant edge. Okay, how to check whether this is true or not? Whatever the image of this in the top view, that should be horizontal. Now you can see here O dash D dash or O dash C dash, none of these two is horizontal. They are inclined to the XY. So we are supposed to make it horizontal and we then take the projection to get the true length. So rotate this OD, this OD. So take O as a center, OD as a radius, draw a arc. So of course it is going to be on this circle which we have used to draw the hexagon. From O, draw a line parallel to the xy, so that we will get the point from where we are going to take the projection toward the xy line. So this is the point from where we are going to take the projection in xy line. So draw a vertical line and join this. So this is the true length for this pyramid. Now you can measure this true length or simply draw a line parallel to xy passing through O. No need to measure anything. Then draw the line parallel to this true slant edge at about 20-30 mm. So you can see that this line and this line are parallel to each other. Now this is O, let's say O. Now O dash as a center and this true slant edge as a radius. Draw a arc. Now we have got the sector, but for pyramid what we have seen that for pyramid it is sector with chord. Okay, now what is the length of chord? It will be equal to the length of this base edges. Now here base edge length is 30 mm. So let's take that base edge distance in a compass and mark consecutive arcs. Now how many consecutive arcs? Whatever the number of base edges are, the same number should be the consecutive arcs. So here it is hexagon, so the consecutive arcs will be 6 in number. 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me complete it. Okay, once you have marked the consecutive arcs, join it with the O dash. Join all the consecutive arcs with the O dash. With this slant edges, do not forget to join the base edges or the chord of this sector. So you can see, as it is a hexagon, this should be 6 in number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, for naming, let's say this is your apex, so O dash, and let's say I'm cutting it from A, so this is my A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, F dash, and again coming back to A dash. So this is what the development for the pyramid. Now the next thing is the cutting plane. So here it is given that it is cut by an AIP making an angle of 30 degree passing through 20 mm from the top of axis. So we have to measure the distance of 20 mm from the top of axis. So this is where the point where it is 20 mm, and then angle given is 30 degree. So here is the cutting plane which is at 30 degree angle. Now this cutting plane is cutting O dash, D dash and O dash, C dash at this point, O dash, B dash and O dash, E dash at this point, O dash, A dash and O dash, F dash at this point. So from here we are supposed to take the projection to this developed slant edge. So take the projection up to this one. That means we are supposed to shift all this distance to the slant edges, true slant edges. These are not the true slant edges, so shift it to the true slant edges. Now take one by one. Let's say I'm taking this one. So draw the arc. Then next one. So in this manner we are shifting all these points to all these slant edges. Now this first one is cutting O dash D dash and O dash C dash. So follow the first one. So O dash D dash and O dash C dash. These will be the 2 points. Next one is O dash B dash and O dash E dash. So the second one is O dash B dash and O dash E dash. Third one is O dash A dash and O dash F dash. So third one is O dash A dash and O dash F dash. Here is one more O dash A dash. So these are the points. Now simply using the scale join all these points, because this is a prism, not a cone, so there will not be any curved surface. Instead of curve it will be straight edges. So in this manner our cutting development will be. Now the second part is, it is parallel. If the cutting plane is parallel to the triangular face containing base edge perpendicular to VP passing through 10 mm from the top of axis. So nowhere it is given any angle, but it is given that cutting plane is parallel to the triangular face. Now which triangular face? You can see here there are 6 triangular faces: AOF, FOE, EOD, EOC, COB and BOA. Okay, and it is given that your cutting plane is parallel to the triangular face. Okay, so it can be parallel to one of the triangular face. But which triangular face it is said in the question? Containing the base edge which is perpendicular to VP. Now these are the 2 base edges which are perpendicular to the VP. So you can take triangular face AOF or COD. Anyone you can choose. Again it is given that AIP is passing through 10 mm from the top of axis. So let's mark the point of 10 mm from the top of axis. So here is the 10 mm from the top of axis. Let's say here I am taking this COD as a triangular surface. So COD triangular surface in a front view means this one, this line. So let's draw a cutting plane parallel to this and passing through the marked point. Okay, so cutting plane BB is parallel to the triangular face O dash D dash C dash and passing through 10 mm from the top of axis. Now repeat the process. Wherever it is cutting the true length, cutting the slant edges, transfer the projection to the true length of this development. So it is cutting at this portion, right? So from here take the projection to the true length of your development. Let me change the color for this so you will understand it better. Okay, then next one, it is cutting here. Okay. And the last, it is cutting the base. So for base you don't have to take the projection in the development, instead you have to take the projection in the top view. Okay, it is kind of similar like we have seen in the prism. Now once you have transferred the distance, take this distance one by one in a compass and draw the arcs. So we have drawn the arcs. Now here you can see that this cutting plane is cutting O dash A dash and O dash F dash. So let's follow it. So O dash A dash, this one is O dash A dash, this is also O dash A dash, and O dash F dash. So these are the 3 points. Now next one, it is cutting O dash B dash and O dash E dash by using this one. Okay, so O dash B dash and O dash E dash. So these are the 2 next points. Now the next one is this base. It is cutting the base. So when you have taken the projection, you can see here it is cutting DE as well as CB. Don't take this OD and OC because these are the slant edges. They are not at the base. So DE and CB, it is cutting by these distances. Okay, so take this distance in a compass. So from C, measure that distance. Okay, and mark in between B and C. From C, mark in between B and C. Okay, you are supposed to measure it. I am not measuring it here. Okay, similarly, this point is cutting D and E. Measure the distance of D and this point. Okay, mark it from D in between D and E. Now you have got the remaining points also. Now join all the points with the straight line. So after A, B, and then base like this. From here, this will be the straight line. Then like this, and then go to the base. So in this manner, a cutting plane will be. Okay. The orange part is for cutting plane AA, and this green part is for this B dash B dash. Now let's say in the same question, instead of axis height, if the slant height is given, let's say 70 mm, then how to draw it? Okay, in that we are going to cover this 3 and 4 condition. Okay, now the base will be same, that is hexagon with 30 mm diameter, with 30 mm base edge. Take the projection to add the XY line. Now instead of marking the axis, instead of getting the apex from by marking it from here, now here in the question it is given that slant height is 60 mm. Now when the slant height is given, okay, for getting the apex we have to check whether one of the slant height in the top view should be is horizontal or not. Okay, these are the slant heights. Okay, let me give the naming. This is A, B, C, D, E, F, and this is O. So AO, OB, OC, OD, OE, OF, these are the slant heights in a top view. And you can see here none of the slant height in a top view is horizontal or parallel to your XY line. So we have to make it parallel. So draw the line parallel to XY passing through the O. If we rotate this OD, you can find that this is the point where it is going to meet. From this point, take the projection vertically. Now you have got this point. From that point, slant height, that is 70 mm in this question, we are supposed to mark it on the axis. So measure 70 mm distance in your compass and mark it from here. You can see from where I have taken the projection with the rotated or horizontal slant height. Mark that 70 mm. Now this is the slant height which we have marked. Okay, so this is the true slant height. Now once you have got the true slant height, join the base corners to the apex in a front view, so that we will get the front view, complete front view. Okay. Again your observer is from here, so OB will be visible and OE will be hidden. Okay, so as this is hidden, it is overlapped by OB, so you can't show it hidden line over here, so simply dark it. Again give the naming, A dash F dash, these are overlapped, B and E are overlapped, so B dash E dash, C and D are overlapped, so C dash D dash, this is your O dash and the base of the axis S. Now this blue colored line is your true slant edge, so you don't have to do the thing which you have done here to get the slant height. So directly you have already the slant height known over here. So now draw the line parallel to your XY passing through this O, so as to mark the parallel slant height. Okay, after 2 to 3 mm. Now draw a line parallel to the slant height, true slant height, after 2 to 3 centimeters. Okay. Now once you have got the slant height here, with this O dash as a center and the length of this line as a radius, draw the arc. Okay. Now as this is a pyramid, the development will not be sector, it will be sector with a chord. So take the 30 mm distance in a compass and mark the 6 consecutive arcs, as it is a hexagonal pyramid. 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now join all the slant edges as well as the chords. So in this manner we have developed the pyramid, hexagonal pyramid. Now the cutting plane. This pyramid is cut by a cutting plane perpendicular to HP and 10 mm from the base edge perpendicular to VP. Okay, so what is given? That AIP is perpendicular to HP. Perpendicular to HP means that is, it will be perpendicular to this XY line. That means simply directly a 90-degree angle. Okay, so 90-degree angle is given and it is from 10 mm from the base of axis. Sorry, base edge. 10 mm from base edge perpendicular to VP. It is 10 mm from the base edge which is perpendicular to VP. So these are the two base edges which are perpendicular to VP. So you can take any one. I am taking this AF now for now. Okay. So from this AF we are supposed to mark the 10 mm distance. So here we can mark 10 mm distance. So this is the 10 mm distance. And from this 10 mm distance we are supposed to mark the AIP which is perpendicular to XY line, that is HP. So it will be like this. So this is what my cutting plane is. Let's say CC. Now once I have drawn the cutting plane, check the points where it is cutting the longer edge. So it is cutting the longer edge A dash F and O dash F A dash and O dash F dash at this point. After that it is cutting directly the base. So from here take the projection towards the slant height of the development, like here. Okay. Now measure this distance in a compass and draw the arc with O as a center, this much as radius. Let's draw the arc. Okay. Now this cutting plane is cutting O dash A dash and O dash F dash. So O dash A dash, O dash F dash and one more O dash A dash. So these are the points to join. After that you can see here it is cutting the base. So we have to take the projection towards the top view. So once we have taken the projection towards top view, it is cutting here and here. So take the distance of E and this, okay, and B and this one. Okay, only this, don't take OF and AO because these are the slant edges. Only consider the base edges. So this cutting plane is cutting EF as well as AB. Okay, measure this distance. Let's say I am measuring it from E. Okay, mark that distance. As I am measuring it from E, I have to mark that distance from E and in between E and F. Similarly here I am measuring the distance from B, so mark that distance from B between A and B. Now I have got the points, this one and this one. Now simply join it. So very small portion is there. So this is what your cut part is. Okay. Now the next cutting plane is given that it is cut by an AIP parallel to the base of pyramid passing through 20 mm from the base of axis. This is the base. Okay, parallel to base means what? Parallel to horizontal plane. And we know very well that AIP is only seen as a line in front view. So in front view, this XY line will act like a horizontal plane. So we have to draw an AIP which is parallel to this horizontal plane and it is passing through 20 mm from the base of axis. So first mark the distance of 20 mm from the base of axis. So here is the 20 mm from the base of axis. It is given that AIP is parallel to base. So this is the base. Okay. So we have to draw a cutting plane which is parallel to that base. Like this. D. D. Now it is cutting all the longer edges. So we have to take the projection towards the longer edge of development. So let's take the projection towards the longer edge. So when we take the projection toward longer edge, it is cutting here. Okay. And then draw the arc. This longer edge is cutting, this cutting plane is cutting all the longer edges O dash, A dash, O dash, F dash, O dash, B dash, O dash, D, E dash, O dash, C dash and O dash, D dash. So it is cutting all the longer edges. So here is the first, second, third, fourth, all this. Okay. Join all these points by a straight line because it is a pyramid. Now finish the closed diagram so that you will get the cut part. Like this. So this will be the cut part for the cutting plane parallel to the base of the pyramid. Thank you all.